If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, Louse on the Road subscribers and followers. Well, as everybody knows, I'm trying to make this channel about the realities of nomadic lifestyle. I try not to sugarcoat anything, and I think a lot of people recognize that. Sometimes I really think it's difficult to communicate exactly what it is I'm trying to communicate. And I've taken lots of different approaches, but once someone has an idea in their head, it's nearly impossible to change the idea. And instead of just trying to look at my videos as truthful information, they literally try to make excuses as to why I'm having such a hard time at things sometimes. Because they are absolutely convinced once you start this lifestyle, everything gets 1,000% better. Life as we know it becomes a Utopia environment. As you can see, I'm crying right now because of the cold air hitting me. It's 53 degrees and windy, and it's getting ready to rain. It just happened, so I wanted to throw that out. If you think about it, a lot of people are preparing for the catastrophe to happen. Whatever. Financial catastrophe, a political catastrophe, some sort of terrible war. And so they're all prepping and preparing for the worst by, getting their vans and things ready. So if the van is like, okay, we're going to live in a van when something bad happens, how can people imagine that this is the utopia of the lifestyle? When I first started this lifestyle, I was working 60, 70, 90 hours a week. That when we came out here, Carolyn and I were just beaten down by work. It was terrible. In some of my earlier videos, you will see how terrible it was. My eyes are sunken, I'm dark, and within a few months, my facial features started looking better. I looked like I was more rested, and I even noticed it. People were commenting how much better I looked. Well, here recently, I've been getting a lot of comments that says, man, you're really looking bad. This lifestyle is, really taking a toll on you. They'll say things like, if we went to a warmer climate, you would be much happier. If you went west, you're going to be much happier. If you stop working so hard, you're going to be much happier. And you're not going to look as bad. Last night, I got a comment, and I was just absolutely, wow, what is this? People just want to convince themselves so bad that they're willing to say anything to discredit me, to explain away why I'm not feeling, not looking as healthy as I was 6, 8, 10 months ago. And so this guy, I made a video where I was talking about having to stay in Missouri because our daughter has cancer. Carolyn's daughter has cancer, and she's going to pass away sometime in the winter, according to the doctor's predictions. There's a lot of stress that goes on with this. But instead of realizing what I was saying in the video, he says, man, you have really started looking pretty bad because of these negative videos that you make. These negative videos are really taking a toll on you. You're trying to talk people out of this lifestyle. And I thought, wow, how ironic is this? This guy is so convinced that when you come out here and live, that everything's going to be perfect. And the only reason you would be stressed is because you're placing the stress on yourself. And if you think about what his comment is, he is commenting that there's nothing wrong with his lifestyle. It's the videos that you make, which are not truthful, because if they were truthful, then you wouldn't be looking so bad. The whole thing just kind of cycled in my head. I just couldn't understand this question. Are we actually going to say that me making videos is the stressful part of what's going on in my life right now? What's going on in my life right now, I just mentioned Carolyn's daughter is sick with cancer. And I've said it many times, trying to find parking spots for this monstrosity, which I know everybody's going to say, well, you need to get a camp or a van. Well, I'm not going to sell everything we have just so I can survive the next 3 months. This doesn't seem logical to me. I'll stick with what I got and deal with what I got. So I'm trying to move around all the time, trying to find new places to sleep every night, trying to find water. And I know everybody says I need to buy a Berkey now. I've had a Berkey for years. I get the Berkey thing, but still got to get the water. And some of these places, yeah, the Berkey's great, but if you just keep pouring dirty water and dirty water and dirty water in it, you're going to be replacing the filters about every 6 months. So you want to try to find relatively clean water. Even when I pre-filter really dirty water like this lake here, it clogs up the Berkey almost instantly. So I want to try to preserve my Berkey as long as possible, so when we actually get back out to the adventure. So trying to find water has been very challenging. Worrying about how we're going to survive the depths of the cold. I mean, last year we were in a pop-up, but we had electric. This year we don't have electric. Still trying to maintain a revenue source through all this, which is important. People seem to think that once you come out here, you don't have to make money. But you have to make money. You have to be able to buy food, you have to be able to buy things, you have to be able to buy gas, you have to have money. So you still have to make money. And when you're not of the retirement age, and I am not, I'm 40, let's see, I'll be 47 this month. You kind of have to make money. It's just the way life is. But instead, it's the videos that I make that is causing my poor health appearance. It couldn't possibly be that we're on the phone all the time talking to healthcare workers. Carolyn and I are always discussing Beck's health, and it couldn't possibly be because trying to find bathrooms in the city is extremely difficult now that it's turning cold. The city parks are starting to close the bathrooms. So that means I have to go to the bathroom in a bucket, of course, and you know, now I got to figure out how to dispose of that. It's not glamorous. It's not like, oh, look at me, I'm carrying a bag of poo. No, it's embarrassing. You're trying to hide it. There's all kinds of things that makes this lifestyle complicated that sometimes just gets you stressed out and makes your health look poor. Yes, when I was down in Florida last year, which is the videos that people keep sharing with me, I looked great. I had a great suntan. The hair was starting to turn blonde again. You know, I was always shaved because we were right next to a water source. I mean, everything was perfect. The winter, I mean, there was cold times last winter, but for the most part, I mean, it was just perfect. It was Florida. It was Florida. So, yes, I would suspect that I don't look as well as I did 8-10 months ago. It's because life tends to continue even though you live in a van, car, truck, RV. Thanks for watching. Like the video, and happy travels.